Oh! Troy's with us all week. Gross. Troy's on this camera, so I just want to apologize to Troy. He's doing a nice job. Great sweeping shot. Oh, wow.
And to that one.
Scorsese himself would be proud.
Hey, you know what?
What?
Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Hey.
The NHL's listening to you. Last week, we were complaining that no Canadian teams were playing Friday night. Our next night back to work, guess what?
Yeah.
We have Canadian teams on the ice.
And 2 Canadian teams. As you like to say, the one anthem game. I love these games.
Sven Berchi out 4 to 6 weeks with a broken jaw. Dustin Byfuglien out a week with a lower body injury. So the Canucks and Jets dealing with injuries. Winnipeg, they announced that, Byfuglien, week to week. So the Jets looking for their other D-men to step up, and just over a minute in, Dmitry Kulikov's point shot squeezes through Jacob Markstrom. Kulikov's second. Brock Besser. Rookie leading the Canucks with 15 goals. Jets give Besser too much room in the slot. Beats Connor Hell. Oh, there's our buddies at Popeyes. What a good bunch of people. There's protein bars and everything. Besser, great release. His rookie leading 16. Ties up one. Besser in his own end takes the Blake Wheeler one-timer off his leg. Besser in pain, hobbled to the bench, but did stay in the game. Watch the passing by Winnipeg. All 5 players touch the puck. Matthew Perreault, the final 1-2. Scores his 8th of the season, 2-1 Winnipeg. Of course, he's 4th. The Jets beat the Canucks 5-1. Canucks have now lost 3 in a row. Morrissey on filling in with Buff gone.
Recently, someone asked me how popular the Clippers are in LA. And having lived there for a few years, I can tell you only a few LA area teams are more popular than the Clippers are. The Dodgers, the Lakers, USC's teams, UCLA's teams, the Chargers, the Rams, the LA Galaxy, LAFC, the Kings, the Sparks, the LA Kiss. They actually folded and they're still more popular than the Clippers are. And that's who the Raptors were facing, looking for their 7th straight win on Monday night. In his hometown of Los Angeles, Toronto averaging 117 points during their 6-game streak. DeMar putting on a clinic in front of family and friends. Raptors up 11 after 1. Former Raptor Lou Williams driving and not getting it to go. Montrezl Harrell misses, and he grabs the board muscles and a dunk. I'm a big Montrezl Harrell fan. I remember him in college. He's a good player, hard worker. Serge Ibaka. The rejection on Sam Dekker, and then Ibaka runs the floor, gets the feed from Norm Powell and throws it down. Ibaka coming up back-to-back 20-point games for the first time this season. And then a rare moment, it's Jonas Valanciunas, the three-pointer. 2nd straight game, Valanciunas has made a three-pointer, 4th of his career, and the bench absolutely loves it. Right now, Dwayne Casey's team is up. Oh, look at that. Real-time scores by 5 in the 3rd.
Always extra intrigue to a Monday nighter when the Patriots are involved, right? Well, that was the case this week. Pats and Dolphins in Miami. Patriots, who are minus Rob Gronkowski due to a suspension for that dirty hit, they win. The AFC East was theirs for the 9th straight year. It'll also be the team's 9th win in a row. Tom Brady and company's last loss, week 4. That was October 1st against Carolina. Hey, look, he's thrown to our old buddy, Randy Moss. Just a great guy. Pats trailing for the first time since week 8 against the Chargers. 3rd and 10. Brady looking for Brandon Cooks. Intercepted by Xavier Howard. 0 completions for New England in the first. 0 completions for New England in the first. Brady looking for Cooks. Howard breaks it up again. Shutting down Cooks through 3 quarters. Cutler putting on a clinic all kinds of time. Has that ever been written before? Cutler putting on a clinic? Landry and then zone major. That's the 2nd of the game. Deron Harmon trying to fire up his defense, famously known for his speech during last year's Super Bowl. 4th quarter, Patriots driving. Brady, play action, hits James White. 3-yard strike.
It's a cool...
Fist bumps.
There we go.
Pats with intent. It's cool, what?
I like the end zone. It's pretty cool.
Okay, thanks for that input. Just over 7 to play. New England 0 for 8 on third down conversions. Howard again. New England failed to convert on third down for the first time since September 29th, 1991. Brady falls to 7-9 against Miami. They do not clinch. And the Patriots, actually, their loss puts them a game behind the Steelers for tops in the AFC. And even if they were tied, Pittsburgh has the tiebreaker over the Patriots. Dolphins in a cluster of teams fighting for a wild card berth. Carson Wentz suffered a torn ACL in his left knee Sunday against the Rams. He's going to miss the rest of the season, according to Dr. James Andrews.
The Dr. James Andrews?
Correct. The injury requires 9 to 12 months of recovery time. But the team, they've got confidence in now starter Nick Foles.
Well, this past weekend, the New York Islanders and New York City FC of MLS presented competing bids for stadiums at Belmont Park Racetrack. The State Development Corp is expected to pick a winner within months. Plenty of time for the Isles to convince John Tavares to stick around beyond 2018. Tavares and the Isles hosting the Capitals on Monday. Washington looking for its 5th win in a row. And great patience to Tavares for the tap, and Tavares with 18 on the season, behind only Ovechkin and Nikita Kucherov for the league lead. Holtby's pulled after allowing 3 goals on 12 shots, and the Isles snapped Washington's win streak. Welcome back to the Edison Twins, Stars and Rangers. Overtime solves nothing. Everyone take a drink at home. Everybody, it's a Monday. You deserve it. Radloff falls down, gets back up, which will surely inspire our latest top 10 fall down, get back up moments. Radloff beating Pavlik 5-hole, and then Jason Spezza. Oh, that's nice for the winner. He's still using a wood stick? Yeah.
Doesn't look like it.
It's fun. A lot of fun.
Leafs looking for their 4th straight win as they begin a 3-game road trip Tuesday in Philly. We've got it for you. Molson Canadian Leafs hockey on TSN4, available in the Leafs region.
Montreal Canadiens have loaned Victor Mete to Team Canada for this week's World Junior Selection Camp. The rookie defenseman failed to make the team last year. He'll be one of 11 defensemen trying to crack Canada's 23-man roster. Woodbridge, Ontario native, +5 in 27 games to Montreal this season. Carl Alsner revealed that his nickname is Meat, because they couldn't pronounce his name.
Makes sense.
Meat.
So this is our newest clock sponsor, sponsored by Jay and Dan's Tree Suits. We made this pitch to Shark Tank 3-4 years ago. They loved it. They went all in. It's a suit for your tree. If you don't think your tree's dressed up.
Yeah, your regular ornament's kind of boring. Put a suit on it.
That's a pretty good idea.
Put a suit on it. I like it.
Erik Karlsson is reportedly one of several Sens players with no trade clauses who were recently asked by GM Pierre Dorian to submit a list of teams they would accept a trade to. As per Karlsson's contract, he has to provide a list of 10 teams within a 48-hour window. That doesn't mean he will be traded. Karlsson, who's set to be an unrestricted free agent in the summer of 2019, has already come out and said that when he hits the open market, he will, quote, get what I'm worth, end quote.
And for more on the Karlsson situation and all things Senators, we're joined by longtime Ottawa Bureau Chief for TSN, Brent Wallace, who's in St. Catharines, Ontario for the World Junior Selection Camp. Brent, what should we make of Erik Karlsson being asked to provide a list of teams that he would approve a trade to? This seems almost unthinkable.
Yeah, it's a good question, Jay. One of the questions is that, as far as I can remember, the Ottawa Senators have always asked all their players for their list of 10 teams if they had that in their contract. And so going as far back as I can remember, even 2011 when they blew up the team and traded Mike Fisher and all those guys, they asked for everybody's list at the beginning of the year. Why are you asking one of the best players in the league to submit a list if you're not actually thinking about trading him? And so that's what raises a lot of red flags. And is Pierre Dorian just kind of leaking this out there just to see what kind of reaction he can get from his team to try and turn things around?
Wow. Your hotel has to pump up their Wi-Fi signal. Can we have a peek at your hotel room? You're in the presidential suite. Is this correct?
It's close enough. I mean, I'm a pretty big deal here in St. Catharines.
Are there any statues or anything there?
This little fella was on my dining room table.
Oh,
yeah, that's
so,
beautiful.
He's going to keep you
Go,
company
little
tonight.
Bluey. He's going with me wherever I go tonight.
Brent, thank you so much for joining us. Next time, I do hope that TSN springs for the high-speed Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I'm not in that kind of tax bracket yet where I can request that kind of thing.
He so is.
Bring us that horse head for our coffee table.
Bring us that horse head, Brent Wallace.
Sens trying to snap the 4-game losing streak Tuesday when they battle the Sabres. This game available in the Sens region. TSN 5, the Fiver. The Carlson situation is obviously making fans in Ottawa uneasy, as they don't want to see their captain be traded or leave in free agency. So if you're a Sens fan and you're feeling a little anxious, we have help.
Did you know that over the course of the season, Senators fans will experience anxiety about Erik Karlsson's contract situation? Sign Eric Now syndrome, or SENS, is a condition that affects 10 out of 10 Ottawa fans. If you or someone you know is experiencing dread about Erik Karlsson's future in Ottawa, Karl Sensel is here to help. Karl Sensel is the only medication that's proven to calm your nerves about Karlsson leaving Ottawa. Consider Karl Sensel if you suffer from headaches, dry mouth, feelings of hopelessness, stalking Eugene Melnyk, giving Dion Phaneuf the captaincy, trying to crowdfund an $80 million contract, preemptively burning your Karlsson jersey, texting Bob McKenzie constantly even though he did not give you his personal number, and diarrhea. Ask your doctor if your ankles are healthy enough for a new contract. Ask for Karl Sensel today. You seem like a good doctor.
Oh, I am.
Giancarlo Stanton is officially a New York Yankee. He was introduced to the media Monday and spoke about playing with fellow slugger Aaron Judge. Aaron Boone was really excited there.
How about the head of hair on Hal Steinbrenner?
He's got a good one, just like his pop. After the trade was made official, Stanton took to Instagram to thank Miami and its fans, but took a shot at the organization saying, "I've always tried to be as professional as possible during the unprofessional circus times there."
Maybe back up for the mic a bit.
Jays GM Ross Atkins addressed Stanton going to their alias rival.
Glad we have Ryan Tepera, Roberto Osuna, Marcus Stroman, Aaron Sanchez, some really good right-handed pitching. So we're, obviously that's a great acquisition of New York Yankees and a great player. The reaction would be, should we do less? Because this team is going to be such a monster that we don't feel that we can be competitive. That's not difficult to do. It's not difficult to say, no, we're going to be competitive. It actually, would be extremely unusual given, where we are and how good we feel that our team is.
I'm glad he's so happy.
Okay, I don't know if your TV was wide enough, but that interview was right outside a toilet.
Yes, it was. Appropriate. Stanton, by the way, said on Monday when he signed his 13-year deal with Miami, he absolutely expected to play for the Yankees one day. That makes... Okay. By the way, you know who I really feel for, Dan?
Who's that?
Marlins Man. Remember Marlins Man? He's at every single World Series game and Championship Series game. He's a lawyer from Miami, and he's a Marlins season ticket holder. He always wears that Marlins orange.
You gotta hope he's not working on your case, because he's never
there. I hope he's not billing you when he's sitting in those great seats.
Toronto FC celebrated their MLS Cup victory with a parade through the streets of Toronto on Monday. The team, they were in full-on celebration mode.
Celebrating the same with the Raptors and the Leafs as well, Luke. That's what kind of...
You don't find this many places. I'm from New York. I've lived in Rome. I've lived all across Europe. I've been a lot of places, but to be in a city where the relationship between the team and the fans and the city is like it is here, it's so special. We don't take it for granted. It's a huge privilege. It's something that we think about every single day.
We started on a mission here a couple years ago with our guys, and everybody behind me joined this because we wanted to do something special for this city. And we had a motto, and that motto was, they'll remember how you make them feel. So I just have one question. How do you feel?
You guys every weekend come out in numbers and waves. You got the 6 on a wave. You know what I'm saying? Are you crazy? Are you dumb, brother? Listen, I just want to let you guys know that I've been partying since Saturday. And wait, and baby, I'm TFC till I die.
He's having so much fun.
Mic drop.
Yeah.
And you almost drove into the parade.
Yes, I did. I actually drove into the very beginning of the parade today. Accidentally, I forgot it was going on. That's just when I pulled away in my car. Still to come, the Grey Cup champs have a new quarterback, but will he actually wear double blue? The answer to that mystery is after these. The Argos have acquired the rights to pending free agent quarterback James Franklin, as well as a 2018 third-round pick from the Eskimos in exchange for offensive lineman Mason Woods. Franklin, considered the league's top QB prospect, has thrown nearly 1,500 yards, 12 TDs, and just 1 pick, while backing up Mike Riley over the past 3 seasons. The 26-year-old is set to be a free agent on February the 13th.
Hey, it's Franklin. Coming over to play. It's Jay and Dan. It's the Jannies, named after Craig Janney. Jason Spezza. Upstairs on Andre Pavlik. Nice goal by Spetz.
Good guy. Back to Stars and Rangers. JT Miller denied by Kari Lehtinen. Lehtinen, you're back. In a big way.
Monday Night Football. Tom Brady rushed out of the pocket, throws it up, and Dion Lewis. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah, caught it with one hand. You see that a lot now. A lot.
You sure do, Dan. It's all worked out. Canucks and Jets. Jacob Markstrom plays it behind the net. Turns it over to Matthew Perreault. It appears Matt Hendricks scored. Perreault gets credit either way. Markstrom has a weird-looking mask.
No, I love it. It's so good. As I was searching for something to write about for this Plays of the Week intro, I had my first After 8 sighting of the holiday season here in the offices at TSN. Such tasty, minty treats. I wondered aloud, what does the After 8 company do the rest of the year? They write their Plays of the Week intros, producer Tim replied, and I thought, Tim, that makes no sense. Unless Tim thinks After 8 mints work here at TSN, which I guess would explain the hiring of our new segment producer, Minty Von Eightstein, who starts after the holidays are over. The snow wasn't that bad. It's beautiful.
I love it.
It's beginning to look a lot.
We don't have the rights to it. Thanks, Craig. LiAngelo and LaMelo Ball have reached an agreement to sign a professional basketball deal with Lithuanian club Prienų Vytautas. The two teenagers signed a 1-year deal after LeVar pulled LiAngelo out of UCLA and decided to homeschool LaMelo. Again, if you're not familiar, LeVar is the dad. LiAngelo, LaMelo are the second and third youngest children. The Big Baller Twitter account posting this photo. It's not about the money for the Ball brothers. They have a passion to play basketball, and to experience playing as pros was the goal. They've accomplished this mission and excited to be playing on the same team to top it off the Big Baller way.
And they're getting paid like $100 a game?
Apparently $500. Apparently the maximum they could make over there is $4,000 each. So, yeah. I feel like they'd just be better off.
Just get an education.
Yeah, just maybe go to school. Maybe just for a year. It seems better.
The USGA and the RNA announced on Monday that beginning in 2018, they will stop considering viewer call-ins when processing potential rule violations. Also, a new local rule was announced that will discontinue the penalty for signing an incorrect scorecard when the player was unaware of the violation. One golfer sent out a tweet, and he said, hey, this is great. I'm glad they aren't going to take the calls anymore. One question, how did anyone find the number to call in and complain?
I think that was Luke Donald who sent that tweet.
Donald.
Yeah, he's very active on Twitter, and he's right. How did they find it?
But producer Tim, we said this on our conference call, he said, almost like, you don't know?
Yeah.
You call the broadcast line of the media covering that. You can't Google
Producer
it, Tim.
Tim says you can Google it. Producer Tim bets us he could Google it. All right, so we'll take that bet, and we'll find out the results of that bet later in the show. With the holiday season approaching, we know it can be hard to find the right gift for your sports fan in your life. That's why if you're having trouble picking something out, just pick up this week's edition of the Jay and Dan catalog. The best sports products you can buy. Like this one, planning a trip to Lithuania to catch some pro basketball? Don't be a loss for words. Use the Big Baller brand English to Lithuanian dictionary to translate your trash talk. Let everyone know that Jūs estate blogas, just like LeVar Ball does.
If you're looking to get rid of a small area of snow so that you can play football, strap on the cold shoe shovels. Did we just put a small shovel on a pair of cleats? You bet we did.
And finally, it's the NHL Celery Cap. Nothing fancy here, just a cap made out of celery. It's truly the worst idea we've had because the hat will go bad in under a week. But it's a great pun, and that's what you're paying for. The Jay and Dan catalog. The best sports products you can buy. Maybe.
By the way, celery goes bad and limp the quickest out of anything.
It's going to be amazing. It's time for the worst play of the day. Jacob Markstrom plays it right to Matt Hendricks, and Matt Hendricks scores the goal. Matt Hendricks, great teammate, great goal. Well done.
Highlight of the night comes from the hardcourt, Russell Westbrook. He's my favorite player in the NBA. Hey, you can't disagree with me, can you?
Producer Tim suggests Andrew Wiggins instead.
2-on-0 back the other way. Tyrell over to Sedlak, misplayed it, and then David Leggio dumps the net off its moorings, and he totally upended the net off its moorings to prevent the 2-on-0.
Und kontert. Das ist Mauer, Man. Und was war da los? Es gibt Penalty. David Leggio, der Stürmer kommt und Leggio verschiebt einfach das Tor.
You know what that is? It's classic Leggio. David Leggio knocked the net off its moorings in the German league over the weekend, just as he did in the AHL a few years ago. It's classic Leggio. It's what he does. 1v1 time. The slogan for the truck is guts. And it's a glory. And it's red. First up, the challenger, Dan's favorite, Russell Westbrook, in transition. Throwing it down on Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. All right, all you Hoops fans, get out there and vote. TSN.ca/1v1. Taking on the champion, Brad Gushue. A beautiful shot from the Roar of the Rings that's been the champ for a few days now. TSN.ca/1v1. The winner will be revealed on Tuesday's 6 Eastern edition of SportsCenter with Rod Ferocious Flush Smith.
Let's bring in You Blew It.
Yeah.
You Blew It is where we point out our errors. I said Russell Westbrook's my favorite player. If you're not counting Andrew Wiggins, that's what I...
Right.
Because Andrew Wiggins, come on.
Yeah. Well, we love all the Canadian players. But that's okay. You can love Russell Westbrook. He's awesome.
I think the After Eight company is in business all year. They're owned by Nestle.
Right. But are they producing After Eights all year?
Oh, yeah. They're pumping those out.
Yeah? In the summertime, I could get a bunch of After Eights?
Every month of the year. It's Christmas somewhere.
So those crispy, delicious, chocolatey, minty wafers?
I just blew it. It's not Christmas somewhere every month in the world. It's only Christmas at...
That's not the way the calendar works.
Right.